Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 30, day 5, July 29th, end of the month, 2016. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only, to support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head at any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, nothing much to speak out as far as economic data, as far as market cap leaders, wrapping up yesterday with Amazon and Google. Today, we had GDP, employment, PMI, consumer sentiment, a couple of hard hitters there. Economic data for the most part. Bank of Japan coming out with not much of a stimulus other than buying up ETFs. We're looking to Bank of England next Thursday. So no QE from them. GDP pretty much flat. Consumer sentiment is flat. All right, wrapping up today's stats. Not bad. Finishing up a three-day trial of in and outs by same setups. 180 ticks, 96, 24 ticks, 4 setups each, 48.36 to round it up to 180 for a weekly total here. 24 setups for the week. 635 ticks. Take a look at some of the setups overnight session. First of all, opening market trend session predictor. Actually, let's there was our overnight session. Let me start there. Overnight session pretty choppy after those results out yesterday from the market cap leaders, and then leading into the opening session trend predictor. Fib trend predictor was short, all to the downside, and that's exactly where price action started to lead with all 5 charts in the red. Our price action soon rebounded and gave us a nice lift. Again, not looking for the runaway trends here today. Just looking for the highest probability setup, in and out, and some nice setups all around. There's a big picture AM session. Decide to let the PM session go. Afternoon trading Friday, end of the month, was still watching the charts, but nothing in significance to get into. So there, nice setups on the NQ, buy signals, sell signals. We'll take a look at that more in detail in the daily trend, as well as the YM. 2 nice setups, one to the downside and reverse. And ES, same picture, just looking for a piece of the pie. That's all I was looking for. I'll be writing an article based on the setups for the last 3 days. Again, no change in strategy, just an in and out on the highest probability setup. All right, let's jump right into the AD line. AD line for the session today. Again, right from the get-go, price action to the downside on the AD line. You know, those first couple of bars weren't exactly moving to the downside. Eventually, price action caught up. Downside, price action, AD line, and then the reverse for the session, and pretty much flattened out the rest of the day, stalling here at 750 momentarily. Taking a look at the 5-minute charts. Again, crude finally rebounding after a continuous downtrend here for the last several weeks for most of July, finishing out a little bit of resistance there at the cam line upside. 25-minute open range for the first about an hour and a half there, actually almost 2 hours there, till the breakout upside. Rest of the indices, again, we talked about that drop there, which exactly we got downside, and then the bounce back up. Here we can see ES almost to the cam line, finishing out around the average high. Daily gap on the YM, and NQ as it continues to push up to its highs here at the daily gap. How do we do on the fib targets today? Well, not bad. ES and YM hitting their upper targets as price action, even though the trend predictor said downside, with the reverse, eventually ended up hitting the upper targets. Take a look at the daily gaps. Daily gaps still continue to be downside. No daily gaps, but NQ playing around in the all-time high zone here, 47.3950 on the NQ. Again, you can see the consolidation of the ES just waiting like a panther in the grass, ready to pounce in either direction. Crude, with its most recent open gap up here at 43.74, 40.24 to the downside, nearest open gap, and then 37.90. Taking a look at volume profile, VPOC, you can see consolidation in the market for the most of July as we wrap it up. A little distressing to see that market action not going anywhere quick, but that's where we're at. Consolidation again. NQ continue to make these higher highs as Earnings have been coming out again. Take it for what it's worth. A little bit of grain of salt. GAAP versus non-GAAP earnings. Crude continuing to make its way down here, closing out the VPOC, 600-day VPOC upside. All right, let's jump into the daily trend. One other market I wanted to pop out here. The beans today without its farm report. Nice move to the upside on the beans. First, 5 charts in the red to the downside, and then the reverse, 50 above 144. Whether you got in and out or on a runner, nice move on the beans, closing out here at the highs. Taking a look at the daily trend. The crude, again, we talked about. There are a lot of chop inside the 25-minute open range. Finally, 2 charts in the green. As far as the charts are, I made a switch this week. If this is your first time or you haven't seen the videos in a while, the last row in the chart here was the 5144. Has now been moved up to the 3rd row. So in sequence, T3 moving average is above, T350, Fib 534 in the 2nd row, and then the 5144 in the 3rd row. The 2 charts at the bottom are the higher time frames, like we see here on the beans. Higher time frame here, 5144 technical momentum. So 3 charts at the bottom are all indicators of market internals. It's the setup up above that gauges whether the momentum is there to enter into a trade, and how long is based on the Heiken Ashi bars or each own individual trade management. All right, so there it was. Nice move on the crude here with 2 charts. Break above the T350 to the upside. Higher probability of this move as price action had 4 charts. But again, you're gauging the last 3 bars. Higher risk, but not everything in sync. But ticks are ticks. And nice move to the upside. Highest probability trade here at the end of the session. Take a look at the YM. Again, there was that overnight chop. Sell signal to the downside. 4 charts in the red. Nice move. Buy action, right back upside. Again, only looking for a piece of that. And then the rest of the session, while there was a sell signal here, it was above the T350. So I'm only looking, that's right, I'm only looking for the signal to the upside. By the time we're almost at the end here, 343, I'm not looking for an entry on a Friday here, but not a bad move. 4 charts in green. Take a look at the NQ. Again, same picture on the NQ as price action came to the downside. Usual trade management strategy for this Jedi trader is to, that's right, 1 on, 1 off, and a runner. But for the last 3 days, been working on an in-out strategy for an article I'll be writing here soon. But not bad moves. Sell signal to the downside here. Again, we saw the AD line to the upside, so got a little piece here to the upside, in and out. But again, against the counter trend, sell signal here, no move. Buy signal back to the upside with 5 charts in the green, nice move. So overall, trend pretty much flat as we closed out near the midnight open. Take a look at the ES, same picture, overnight chop, given that nice long move to the upside, and price action holding up right near the Globex high. Take a look at the gold here, gold price action, nice move overnight, building momentum with 5 charts in the green, finally there. Pre-market, pulls back, lifts up, again, higher probability, even though you were underneath the T350, I would have waited till I was up here, making higher lows. Price action pulls back. Maybe you were stopped out. There's another nice entry on gold to the upside. All right, wrapping up the daily trend here on the long-term charts. Here we are, buy signal to the upside. Nice move. European session as the euro got a nice gain today. One move after another. Whether you decide to manage the trade by the swing size position or simply by re-entering, keeping the stop at the swing size. Again, using Fibonacci retracements or Fibonacci extensions, the high of the high to the low gives you a trade management tool. Whichever pullback you decide to draw on, 23% retracement here, you go for the buy signal and you manage your trades along the way. So combination tool, Fibonacci extensions together with the HA bars and the T3 moving averages. All right, taking a look at the daily big pick as we roll into next week. Crude continue its downward trend. Again, beware of those open gaps. We're now at a 50%. That's right. Crude bouncing off the 50% underneath the 200 period moving average. So whether it's the ETF or it's the, that's right, whether it's the ETF or the future, the price action on oil still to the downside. ETFs we take a look at on Tuesdays in the daily trend review. But right now, the future getting a bounce off the 50. So We'll look for a bounce to the upside. T3 moving averages perhaps to get both into the white here. So white means trend change on the slope. And then we'll look for the 200 to resistance as well as the 50. If we can break above the 42.66, I'll then look to the 50 and the T350. Once price action breaks above those, then we have a probable trend change coming up. All right, that's crude. Current momentum, downtrend. Don't fight it. Price action right now on the indices, we have the NQ holding strong to the upside as we see those all-time highs. Again, there it is, fib extension 3 for the majority of the month of July. So really nice move on the NQ here, and continues to move to 1 fib level after another, finding support off the T350. Steady as she goes. And we continue this upward trend on the NQ. Take a look at the ES. Again, same picture, upwards trend. Nice Heikin-Ashi bars to the upside. Here's after hours already into Sunday session open. We'll see what happens there on the overnight as well as price action on the YM. A little more concerning on the YM is YM is not holding at the highs in between the 50 and the 144, but need that breakout to get above that 50 to continue the trend. Both the ES and the YM still underneath the T350s. All right, so current momentum obviously still in an upwards trend. Whatever your bias is, leave it at the door. Trade the charts in front of you. All right, speaking about the yen, Bank of Japan deciding not to go with a QE stimulus, instead buying up ETFs. Well, market reaction today. We looked at the USDJPY here on Thursday's daily trend. Again, big picture still downside. Red, red, red across the board. So if you were looking for the entry, that's all we said you need to do is watch for the pullback. So intraday move right there, price action to the downside after reject once again off the T350 and reject off the 50. So current trend on the yen most definitely to the downside. Trading the ETF or the Forex here, again, you might want to wait for a pullback if you didn't get in it. If you are in it now, obviously strong indicator of all downside in the red. All right, as we do on Fridays and wrap up, let's take a look at the market cap leaders as they rolled out the week. A lot of them here with their earnings. Taking a look at Apple. Apple, again, price action bounces upside after earnings came out strong this week. Kind of flattened out for the most of today's session. Price action, again, resistance here at the 200 on the weekly chart as she holds here at the 200 period moving average. Again, big picture in the green, so wait for the pullback. Since we're strong on the 200 and the 150 on the Apple, what I want to see is then the price action break above on the 100 tick, which would splice you into this bigger trend. Take a look at Amazon. As Amazon numbers came out, a lot of trading here today for Friday as price action on Amazon giving back perhaps a little bit profits. Again, big swing there on those results yesterday as we see still all green upside. Trying to get into Amazon for the long term. Wait for price action on the intraday to go green. Right now we're in the pullback as we have the 200, 150, and the 100 tick chart downside in the red. Take a look at Facebook. Current trend on Facebook as Facebook earnings came out this week, looking good. Price action again holding on the 4-hour charts, daily and weekly above the 50, 200s, and 144 EMAs. Holding above the 50 here on a daily regular trading hours chart. Again, like the pullback opportunity, look for the support here above the T350 and the 50 EMA, and then we'll watch to see if Facebook can manage to get above in the green, green, green. You got a green light to go, which will get you into the 4-hour chart to the upside. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars tails up, which gets you into Facebook for the long-term trend. Take a look at Google, Alphabet GOOG to the downside. Again, earnings looking good, but again, we're in pullback mode here. It's price action rejected off the T350. Nice gap here. Again, we'll go ahead and put in the gap here eventually to be closed out. Price action holding up, daily, weekly, and 4-hour chart. So, with the bigger picture in an uptrend, as long as we're in a pullback, watch for first levels on the 4-hour chart to find support. So first level will be 742.23 on any pullback. No pullback down to 742. Watch the intraday charts to go back green. 200, 150, and 100 tick chart back upside gets you into the 4-hour chart to hold on for the long term. Take a look at Netflix. Is Netflix again earnings out last week. Price action on the downside, holding steady but making a gradual climb. Again, watching that 4-hour resistance. Daily doesn't look so great as far as long-term trend, as well as weekly. A lot of resistance here at the 50, excuse me. Again, we're in between two open gaps, 50 up above, so I got to go with a pretty flat position here on Netflix. Again, if you're seeking value, then, hey, you're putting a 50-50 chance here based on whatever studies you're looking at. But I have a green light go on the intraday. I want to see price action break above the 92.31 to continue any upwards trend. So you got a little battle on the upside here with Netflix. So we'll watch that next week to see if there's a better opportunity. But intraday, Netflix starting to look good. All right, Starbucks again, earnings out, looked good, holding upside, 200 period moving average here. Price action holding above the T350s, trying to get into the 4-hour trend. You got a pullback here, holding above the T350. Again, resistance on the daily. That's the concern there as we break above the 50 on the weekly. So again, almost a decision time as we hold at the highs. In the bigger picture in the market anyway. So any pullback on the indices can just, is verifiable on the market cap leaders, can also pull price action next week downside. All right, that concludes the daily trend and my insight into where the futures are. Again, correlating there with the ETFs, which I'll look ahead next week, next Wednesday. If you guys want to check out a recap here for week 30, you can go ahead and click on each session, or you wait here for the week 30 recap, which I should post here momentarily, giving you the highlights of the week, including a link to the daily trend video. And make sure you check out my futures, ETF, and market cap leaders, where each weekend, or at least the attempt each weekend, to go through the not only the market cap leaders, but the industrials, FX pairs by charts, where we are currently in trend. Again, anything can happen on Monday, so you got to be ready intraday. Always looking for a solid pullback on the lower time frame to splice into the 4-hour chart, which I evaluate on the daily and weekly. All right, feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra: one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs. As always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only trade what's in front of me on my charts, and I always leave your buys at the door when trading. Hey guys, if you want to join the trading room on any given Friday, free Fridays, feel free to email me, david@tradingfibs.com. Have yourselves a Blue Zone weekend. Good day, good night, and good trading to ya. And as one of our trading members said today, may the trend be with you. Peace out.